Bring in Munir Nuseibah, who joins me from occupied East Jerusalem now. He's a human rights lawyer and an assistant professor at Al-Quds University. Thank you to you, Munir. I mean, first of all, what do you see as the concern being here coming from the State Department? Why the pause on the visas?
What the State Department has declared is basically consistent with what the American administration has been doing over the past couple of years. Israel, on the one hand, has been not only complicit in the genocide that is going on in the Gaza Strip, but also contributing directly to the genocide in many different ways. So it bears responsibility for this genocide, along with Israel, of course, the main perpetrator of this crime. But in addition to that, the current administration seems very sensitive to any racist cause. The current administration itself has shown a lot of racist trends over the past years, whether now or in Trump's first administration as well. But this is significantly more dangerous because we are talking about children who need medical care with US-based organizations, humanitarian organizations, trying to get these children as well as adults to the United States to receive medical care that they, life-saving medical care. And the US administration deciding to have a blanket ban on every person from the Gaza Strip to receive a visa. This is unfortunately beyond any normal imagination. This does not, the US is not applying any specific due process in order to allow the visas for these individuals, but rather decide to respond to extremely racist calls to ban every person from the Gaza Strip from receiving visas for medical aid and other purposes as well. So it shows a very high level of racial discrimination based on nationality and based on the place of origin. And it is not consistent with human rights. It's not consistent with, the United States obligations and with any principles that the modern world considers universal and respected.
The United States recently placed a ban on members of the PLO and also the Palestinian Authority from having visas to go to the US. And I just wondered if you think this ties in with the fact that we've got, the 80th session of the UN General Assembly coming up there shortly in September, where several countries are expected to have, by that point, they said they're going to recognize a Palestinian state. Do you think this is an attempt to try and prevent Palestinian officials from being able to attend?
I think it's further than that. The Trump administration in the past had closed the PLO representative office in Washington, D.C., and it's currently going further by banning visas from PLO and Palestinian Authority officials. This is consistent, certainly, with the U.S. policy towards Palestinian political representation and Palestinian and its denial to the Palestinian right to self-determination. It is consistent with the unconditional support that this administration has for the extremely right-wing Israeli government and policies. It is consistent also with the U.S. work or support for the Israeli genocidal plan, but also for its plans for the West Bank, which include further annexation of territory, further construction of colonial settlement in the West Bank, and its rejection for any peaceful political resolution to the occupation and the apartheid regime currently ongoing in Palestine. So, yes, indeed, this might affect the ability of Palestinian officials to be present in the General Assembly. This is yet to be seen. We are used to President Mahmoud Abbas the President of the State of Palestine and the PLO and the Palestinian Authority, going every year to the General Assembly to give a speech. And of course, it is expected indeed that during this General Assembly, heads of states assembly, that there will be more recognition to the State of Palestine as promised by a number of countries so far. And certainly the United States would not like to see this happening. Nonetheless, I don't think that the United States can eventually influence the decisions of other states to recognize Palestine or to make declarations within the General Assembly. Yes, they can influence, but they cannot prevent. At the end of the day, it seems that there is a decision that has been taken, and whether they will allow Palestinian officials to arrive in New York to be physically present or not is not the main issue, but also if they insist on rejecting the United States nation can decide to hold the General Assembly somewhere else. This has been done in the past.
Munir, I apologise. We're going to have to wrap it up there, I'm afraid. But appreciate your time. Munir Nuseibah, human rights lawyer and assistant professor at Al-Quds University. Thank you.
Thank you.